Oh, the no promo Scream 7 conversation. We're live.
We are indeed, Joe. How about this? Surprise, Sydney.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey, figure we'll do it live.
We'll do it live, man.
We'll do it live. But yeah, we went and saw Scream 7 over the weekend over at the Oaks Family Cinema Center, our preferred theater of choice. It's independently owned and it is fantastic. They recently did some upgrades and we watched this movie in their new D-box seating. So it cost a little more. I'm not sure if Scream was the right movie for those.
I kind of jumped the gun. I kind of jumped, like, because I was in front of you. This is where, when we see movies, Joe, you got to be the one to run point. Because I got excited and I was just like, yes.
I'm pretty sure I would have said yes too, just because it's new. I've never done it, so I figured, why not try it? Couldn't hurt. I mean, it was neat. You know, it's like being on like a Disney World type simulator ride.
Much cooler. Do you remember the RPX seating that when we went to see the Blair Witch?
Yeah, supposedly that has gotten significantly better.
Okay.
With that experience. And that's what it is. It's very similar to what RPX runs now. Or I don't know if they still call it art. They might call it 4D.
I could see a rebranding after the experience we had, because we literally they didn't even recline the seats. It was just kind of, it just seemed louder, and we were sitting upright in a cushiony chair for like $12 more.
Very uncomfortable.
But I will say this D-box, yes, it was a little pricier. I jumped the gun. They asked, and I'm like, yeah. And I was pretty impressed. That was pretty cool. It literally, you're right, like a ride. It was shaking. We were moving.
The adjustable headrest. That was a game changer.
That is something I've never. Have you ever experienced that before?
Not in a movie theater. Like, since they switched to recliners, it's like, oh, this is cool. It reclines, but then I'm like holding my neck up. And with this, just another button. It was like, I am cradled. Like, good thing the movie's not boring. Otherwise, I'd drift right to sleep.
Yeah.
We had comfort.
Action married to this experience. The D-box, you're right. Maybe Scream wasn't the best. You know, you probably want to see something Spielbergian or more cinematic, but I wasn't mad that I spent the extra money on it. I was glad I got to experience it. I thought it was cool, and I think we can see some really cool movies in this setting. I'm looking at you, Godzilla.
Yeah, definitely an action type movie would be better. Like, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't recommend it for someone who has motion sickness. I would say you probably don't want to be in one of those seats. But
yeah.
No, I mean, if it was like Jurassic Park or like anything with like car chases would be awesome.
Yep.
But hey, yeah, whatever. There'll be other opportunities.
Shout out to Oaks Center Cinema, D-box. You always bring me something new every time I go there. Love that place. So shout out to them. That's where we saw it.
Yeah. And I think the next time, it's one of those things where you associate movie theaters with movie theater food, like just poor quality, overpriced crap. Now, Oaks is owned by the Arnold's people, who have a full restaurant on site at their other, their arcade, go-kart, mini golf, bowling alley, laser tag, super fun family center. I've not eaten there probably since 1997 or 98 when I was at a birthday party.
Wow.
However, I'm like, you know what? Next time we go, like, their menu is a lot larger than what you like, movie tavern sized. Like, did you ever look at it?
I haven't been there probably since 2009.
We were at the theater over the weekend. That's what I'm talking about. The theater.
The theater. It's yes. I thought you meant Arnold. Sorry. Yeah. No. The theater menus. Even the last time we may have spoke about this on the podcast. This is actually we're not. this isn't a podcast episode, but I'll package it as such to be 127. But I think we mentioned this on the podcast before. I think you even got fudge there the one time, and it was good.
I did. It was homemade. It was made by the owner. So I'm like, yeah, let's give it a go. Support. Or it might not have been the owner. It might have been someone who like worked there that was like making fudge on the side. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy you fudge. So what? Yeah. Hey, pretty cool. That was decent fudge. I mean, fudge is fudge. It's good.
It's a family run theater. I love it. I can't stress enough if you make it to the Philadelphia area, if you're looking for and they do it right. They have the arcade games. It's a massive facility, full menu. I'm a fan.
No, we are sold on it. So that we're declaring that our preferred location, and something that we need to discuss. So I think we discussed it lightly, is potentially doing screenings there, because they do rent out theater space. And we'll see what we can do. So that private one's a little pricey, but we'll see if we can strike a deal for one of their other rooms.
Yep.
But hey, anyway, so we saw Scream 7, the return of Kevin Williamson and Neve Campbell. So Kevin Williamson, the writer of the original Scream, Scream 2, Scream 4, and now Scream 7. So he's back in the writer's room, back at the desk. What would you call that?
I don't know. I mean, he created it all, so I guess we can call him the creator.
Yeah. Yeah. And now I know you wanted to get the ball rolling you wanted me to rank where I'm at with the Scream franchise, how I feel after watching Scream 7.
Yes, because before your order, and we love these movies, but your order was exactly as the Scream films roll out. So you are 1 to 6, and number 1 is number 1, and number 6 is number 6.
Yeah,
on your rankings.
It's so difficult because here's the truth: Scream 3 is not great. However, Scream 3 is a well-packaged everything that surrounds the culture at the time. The amazing soundtrack, the return of the slasher with Scream, even like the self-parody with Stab in there, as we mentioned, Jason Biggs, James Van Der Beek. The amount of cameos in there, and Jay and Silent Bob,
it's so I went back and I listened. It was a Red River Horror Podcast episode 95.
Wait, I'm getting my movies mixed up. No, so Jay and Silent Bob are in Scream 3, but it was like a crossover with their own movie that was running the same kind, like a very similar plot, just in their own way, and that's where that happens. Anyway, sorry, been a long day, but anyway. That's what you have. Like Kevin James is riding high. He's fresh off of Dogma. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like he's in his got his thing going on, and then you got the Scream thing going on. All this comes together. You get that new metal ran by Creed of all bands, where it's like there's like on that record there's Creed, Finger 11, and Incubus. Well, Incubus still falls in the new metal category for the earlier stuff. So yeah, like Creed with a bunch of new metal bands. And it's What If, which is probably one of the top 5 heaviest Creed songs. So maybe top 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Scream 3, yes, you were high on Scream 3. It was in the 3rd spot. So now we have a 7th film. Did your order change at all?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I went on the rant about Scream 3. So Scream 3 itself is just special to me in its own sense. But when I reflect on this Scream franchise as a whole, I'm going to actually go with the Kevin Williamson written ones in order. So that's 1, 2, 4, 7, 3 because it's special, 5, 6.
Whoa.
Yeah.
1,
2, 4.
Whoa.
7.
Okay. And then
3, 5, 6.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah.
have literally I got goosebumps. No kidding.
Which
Holy
you saying the same thing?
no, I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
No, because last time when we did, and I'm only referring to this because I hope people go back and listen to hear where we were then to where we are now. It's just funny. So we did when Scream 6 came out. This was May of 2023. That's when we did our last episode where we ranked them, and yours were 1 to 6 in order. First the best, 6 the worst, and instead of you just like, well, we're not going to string everybody along. You had read Joe D from Different Takes notes that he had compiled and did his ranking, because his ranking was not in order as yours was. So mine at the time, so it blew me away because I this is big. You're 1, 2, 4, 7, 3, 5, 6. I am shocked that 7 is this high.
Sure.
So we'll get into that in a second. All right. So my order at that time in May of 2023, when Scream 6 came out, my order was Scream, Scream 4, Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 3, and Scream 6. I am taking the exact opposite. I went back and watched, just because I've been so excited about the new Scream film and Kevin Williamson coming back to write and direct. I went back and watched all of them.
Yeah.
And I like 3 even more than I did last time. So 3 is moving up on my list. 5 is moving down. The problem is I'm struggling to place 7, because how I think it's going to go for me ranking wise is Scream 1 and Scream 4 are still 1 and 2. 2, 3, 7, 5, 6. So I put Scream 7 above Scream 5 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I'm just gonna say, like, you rewatch them, and it seems like the ones written by Kevin Williamson have the stronger overall story.
Yeah.
He writes them very, very well. And it's not a knock at anybody. It's like, he just has it.
Mm-hmm.
The others try and break away from formula. 7 goes back to formula. I mean, you could even, he's never done 3, spoilers coming. I'm not going to get overly spoilery, but
yeah, I can see some more people watching now. So if you intend on seeing Scream 7 in theaters
shoot us in the chat, and I'll hold off on any potential I'll hold off on spoilers if you want me to stay spoiler free.
Okay, and we did get some comments. All right, Justin Wise 420. I'm gonna put that up there on the screen here. Love the film. To be honest, people are putting the hopes too high for a slasher film, and it's very cringe. There's no perfect.
Yeah. The
reveals were a big problem, and I have been listening to some other podcasts just to see where other people are on this, and yes, the reveal has been a letdown pretty much across the board.
There are flaws that I can't argue with in 7. What I liked about it is how it's got a good structure. Do I have a Joel McHale bias? Yes. So Joel McHale's in it. There's money. Would I prefer he was off working on the Community movie? Yes. When that happens, I don't know. But my fingers still crossed for it. So I see this movie. 7 seems like the biggest miss of an opportunity for Scream as a whole. Yeah, and let me elaborate on that. It's like, well, what missed? One, I think even the way where Sydney is, this could have been the one where they could have done what Halloween did and ignore some installments and pick it up. Like, I really liked how that was. They did a good job because she wasn't in 6. It's like you probably could have gotten away with going further back and just retconning, but you know, hey, good on them for keeping the continuity. Now, the biggest issue I have when I talk about 7 being a miss is Scream, the original Scream came with a technology that completely changed our lives, and that's the cell phone.
Yes.
Everything changed. It is now a staple. Everybody has one in their pocket. There has not been a technology with that much impact until now with generative AI. And this would have been the perfect time to remake Scream because you have the technology to actually have the mystery and shock that could come by using Gen AI modeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
But could have avoided the stew, just the stew line and other things. Like they did it fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something where I'm like, man, this was a big miss. This is where you like even say if Nev Campbell didn't come back on, it's like this would have been the perfect one for like FaceTiming using Gen AI and like Ghostface. That first call could have been Ghostface on a phone, like FaceTime chat or Snapchats, things like that, and then just mix in the AI stuff. Like could have been there, but I feel like that's a big swing and a miss at an opportunity. But overall, yeah, reveals do suck. But I mean, I had a lot of fun watching it. Some great kills.
Some really, really cool kills. I mean, and I will say the cold open being different, it not being a phone call this time. And yes, again, spoiler. So if you haven't seen Scream 7, you're going to want to tune out here in 3, 2, 1. The cold open not being a phone call this time it played. See, this is what Kevin Williamson does so well with Scream. So it does play off of the whole Airbnb thing. The Scream, the Stu Macher house, the one that they filmed at, was used commercially as an Airbnb for a while. I mean, I really wanted to try and stay there, but so did a lot of other Scream fans. And
coming to the Warren house in Connecticut, that's not too far. So you can go sleep with Annabelle.
That's true. But the Macher house was special. And the cold open, instead of a phone call, it's a couple. I don't know if that's believable in that it would just be a couple. Like, would you and your wife go to an Airbnb? Like, so you're the biggest Scream fan in the world. You have the Stu Macher house. It's an Airbnb. Would you just go as 2?
Well, probably not. But what their intentions were, kind of, you wouldn't want company around. Did you pick up? I mean, they were there for him to pretend to be Ghostface and for them to bang.
Well, yeah.
It's not somewhere it's like, hey, do I want an audience around here? No, I mean.
But, I mean, the house is big enough to do that because it's not like a prop house. It's the Macher house. Like, it's real. That's where Sydney and Billy banged during a party, you know?
Yeah. I'm just saying that's the way it went. You said you would try it.
Yeah.
So the offer was there. They wanted the freedom to stab, if you will, wherever they're pleased.
I see what you did.
Yeah.
So, but that's the cold open. The cold open is everything you see in the trailer. I can totally vibe with what Joe D's saying now about trailers. It's making me rethink because I kind of guessed, and you know me, I'm not the best at guessing these things, but I kind of guessed that was going to be the beginning of the movie. And that's what happened. Couple goes to stab at an Airbnb at the Macher house. It's kind of like a museum. There's like cards all around. You can read information about it, where the different things happen, the chalk outline, all that stuff. And everything you pretty much saw in the trailer happens. The girl tries to get away. She swings from the chandelier. Ghostface puts the knife up and boom, impales her. Cool kill.
Yep.
And then, Ghostface, to what you were saying, kind of the kills being pretty brutal. Then Ghostface he's going to burn the house down. And, while he's doing that, he pours gasoline on the girl. So that's pretty
Ooh,
scary.
yeah,
So,
absolutely brutal.
so we say, you hear it in the trailer, we're going to burn it all down, or I'm going to burn it all down. Well, he does. So cold open, no phone call, no famous victim in the very beginning. It's a couple that go to the Airbnb. Ghostface is there. It's the Mocker house. He burns it all down with them inside, and boom, we are into the movie.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where I've seen some comparisons with Halloween Ends, where it's like Halloween Ends has a great opening, and then the rest of the movie just falls apart from there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Agreed.
I for Halloween Ends, sure, I didn't get that with this. I mean, there's certain things where maybe it could have been different, but another actor bias. Ethan Embry's in it, who I really loved his work. He was a great bassist for the Oneaters. He had to leave through the military service. So talk about aging, man. He was. I mean, that movie's 30 years old, so yeah, he's gonna look older. But I was like, man,
so I know that I didn't know if he was also made to look a little older too. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. The hairline, definitely.
Because he was in one of the movies. What was it, like Hard Rock or Hard something? I don't know. He was in something, a horror movie more recently, and it was pretty like, I was just like, oh, Ethan Embry's like aging pretty well. So I think he was made to look.
This here was definitely like some kind of prosthetic for like the pushback and wrinkles, because they're pretty deep wrinkles that didn't look like the type of actual person would have.
Right.
Like, I think I got them, but not yet. They're almost there. In time.
In time.
Yeah.
So this is pretty. I am shocked that this is this high up. You are the Kevin Williamson.
Yeah.
Screams in order.
That's what I'm going with, because I just think they just work. They just work, and 3's got the culture behind it. It's fun. But I have to drop it because I'm just going to give Kevin Williamson all the love.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going with that.
So we get past the cold open of Screen 7. We burned it all down, and we are back once again with Sydney, her husband, who's the police chief, Mark, and her daughter, Tatum. What did you think of the cold open? First of all, did you like it not being a phone call and kind of doing something different, or did you think it should have stayed true to the first one because it was Kevin Williamson?
Well, there's my third actor bias. Is what's his name, Jimmy Tatro. I really like that guy. I think he's funny. So seeing him I was like, there's no way he's not going to do something silly or say something silly, and they didn't overdo it. Mm-hmm. So him being in the movie, I thought was a lot of fun, and I really like how they did it because, modern culture type move, and that's, let's go stay in the Mocker house. People pay for this stuff. I mean, like I told you, I've said many times on this show, at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, room 1408 is booked years out. Still.
Yeah.
So,
no,
crazy.
All right, so that's a cast member. So I just want to give the folks credit. Obviously, Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, Isabel May as her daughter Tatum. So this guy, so true to form for Scream, this guy is somebody. The guy at the Airbnb with the chick. Okay. All right, I did not know that.
Yeah, and what Neve Campbell or Sidney Prescott now has 3 kids. So we have Tatum and then 2 smaller ones that are being watched by the grandparents during the movie.
Did I miss that?
I think so.
I had to have. Did she say that?
Yeah, they talk on the phone.
I must have used
and
the restroom.
that's where she was packing her up to take her to Colorado.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's a Community reference because Joel McHale in Community, there it's in Greendale, Colorado. So I'm like,
It wouldn't surprise me.
hey, maybe,
All right.
maybe.
So you did enjoy the cold open?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I thought it was great.
All right. I did too. I did too. I thought it would really set the tone. Um, because there are a lot of people predicting around this movie what was going to happen, and I thought that that was a perfect entree into the main film. And we don't have to go blow by blow
No, it was
to the
creepy
film.
enough too. Like it opens really well. Definitely
It
get a little
does,
chill up your spine.
and you get what one thing I was. We've never really seen a like frightening ghost face.
Yeah,
You know, we've seen a violent ghost face. We've seen obviously the one that runs, chases, gets in fights with the people before he kills them. uh, in the house, in the Mocker house, you had some like Michael Myers type effects. So you'd see the ghost face mask pop forward and then come back in the light. It was like, huh, this is new. I like
yeah,
this.
yeah. That's the part that's the exact part I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I say like you get a little chill. It was
Hmm.
really well done.
Yeah, like, can you remember a moment in the series that you've been scared of
Not since
Ghostface?
the first one.
Right.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
and definitely not since the very first Scream.
So, all right, we'll move on to so we get to the main. All right, so to put this, so you're 1, 2, 4, and 7. So 7 came up there really high. So
Yeah,
we get past the cold open. Now we're into our legacy characters. We've met Sid's family. I completely missed that she had two
yeah.
younger kids. I did hit the bathroom once during the film. That may have been
Oh
that may have.
yeah, that
I feel like I would have had to have remembered that.
that might have been it. It comes up more than once.
Oh man,
So,
I must have been being rocked by the chair and been too excited.
yeah, man, it's too relaxed. At the Oak Cinema Center.
So how did Scream 7 do? Well,
Box
franchise
office wise, yeah.
franchise record $64.1 million box office opening.
Now we need to go back because the one thing with those numbers is they are not adjusted for inflation. They're real dollars. And that's
Hmm.
the problem with a lot of these where it's like, oh, it's like well adjusted for inflation. Do it by tickets sold.
Okay,
You know, because we paid $20
we
for a
did.
ticket. You know,
We did.
I
Um,
paid maybe 350 for Scream 3.
right.
So
Different. But how it did against Scream 6, Scream 6 opened with 44.5 million in its first weekend. Scream 7 outperformed that, and that was just 2023, so 3 years ago. Not bad.
yeah, I mean, by the time I could go back and pull the numbers and then put them in my, you know, do the little inflation calculation, we could really figure it out. But
All right, well then let it be known that Red River Horror wants to see tickets sold, not dollar signs.
tickets sold, not dollar signs.
Yeah, we're looking at
Though,
you,
hey,
James Cameron.
for a February horror release, that's still really good.
Yeah, yeah,
Oftentimes, January, February, like, yeah, no, February, you start to get the good releases, but sometimes, like, January is just like the do or die.
mm-hmm.
But hey, we'll see.
Um, we have McKenna Grace, one of the cooler kills in the film. So if you're a McKenna Grace fan, you know the chick from Ghostbusters. She's in a lot of stuff. Does some singing. Well, she is the first of Tatum's friend group to go, and
Yeah,
go she does. um,
great
that was
kill.
that was really cool. I didn't know, and the thing is, that was a nice tease during the final trailer when they released the final trailer. Um, I saw the bag swinging from the side. I'm like, what could that possibly be? I'm thinking that's going to be gruesome. It was actually a lot cooler than I suspected. It was good.
Yeah, gross in a good way.
Mm-hmm. All right. So while we are on the subject of spoilers, glad you liked this. The Stu reveal, because we can get into the final act. We can get into the killers. We'll do that last. Stu is back, portrayed by Matthew Lillard. Now, one thing you said when we opened this broadcast was, Scream kind of breaking new grounds with everything that it does. In the first Scream, it was the cell phones, and now the kids making the calls as Ghostface. In the fourth one, it was live streaming, right? Like just kind of that whole culture obsessed with going live at that time. Now we have AI. And if you were looking for Stu Macher, the guy who had the TV over the face in the first one, the other killer, the not Billy Loomis, he is not physically back, but he's back in the form of an AI generated image.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead. What did you think of this?
So this is where I'm like, this was the missed opportunity, where I think the right time for a remake was now. I mean, even it would be a little close to where the franchise was at, but having to go back and completely change things from the first one to make it work doesn't quite work.
It doesn't work for Scream the way it did for H40.
No, it just sets up, like when we talk about the reveals not being so good, it's like you overusing. Like they should have just, if you could have just done the Stu thing real quick, and then it's definitely not Stu, rather than trying it to. I don't think anybody's falling for it when that was trying to be a twist. It just didn't work.
It stinks that it didn't, because I do think he said
it was a lose-lose play. So
you think I thought it was cool how throughout the movie things happened very rapidly. So we get that first call from Stu, and it's like, whoa, like he looks exactly as Stu would if he were alive. But once the call hung up, then the first attack, right? So like it didn't. One thing about Scream 7, it didn't give you room to breathe.
Well, I mean, yeah. So we'll give the credit for that first call. It's like, oh no, I'm not waiting around. I'm already here.
Yes.
Like it wasn't like no threat. It's I'm doing this and I'm doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I really liked about it. There was no. It's like, let's go.
Yep. Stu hangs up the phone, and it's a video call, the FaceTime call. Stu hangs up, and here's Ghostface. It's like, holy crap, he wasn't kidding. Police sweep the house. You think you have a safe moment? Nope. Dude, Ghostface drops from the ceiling and is in the house after the police already swept it. It's intense. I don't know if it was those D-box chairs or what, brother, but it just kept moving. Scream 7 moved at such a good pace. It just kept going and going. And even when we sidetracked to, so you'll see in the trailer that there's a mental institution, and that's where it's just like, oh, okay. So you're in the trailer and you're putting the pieces together. So Stu did make it out of it. He's been in a mental institution all this time, and he's either the killer or he's orchestrating the kills from from the institution. Well, that is not the case. It's like Stu calls, and there's Ghostface, and someone dies or gets attacked.
Yeah, I mean, we're going through like the story, like a very weaker storyline that is salvaged by great action.
Mm-hmm.
And even the action's flawed. Like, you know me, one of my biggest gripes in horror can be the superhuman strength.
Yes.
Some people have. And it's like, oh, well, the adrenaline. It's like, sure. But like things happen and it's just like, there's certain ways you get hit, fall, cut. It's like, can we at
So
least try to have a little bit of realism?
I
Just a
know.
little bit.
So Jasmine Savoy Brown is back as Mindy. Mason Gooding is back as Chad Meeks. Martin. The two remaining members on screen as the core four, they show up as Gail Weathers' camera person, and Mindy is going to be the talent.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Don't know why they were in the movie, and that's nothing against them. Maybe it's to for all the people that might have been pissed off about Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega. It's just like, hey, well, we brought the other two of the core four. Maybe it was to do that. I don't know.
Tie it all back, just to have something to tie into those, and with a lower price tag too. So,
but I give what you said credit, because you know what? There is no freaking way, because I watched all these back again. There's no way that Chad, after getting effed up in 5, getting effed up in 6, and now again, he's like, and he even makes a joke about it. The character does, just like, well, I'd really like to not get stabbed this time. Yeah. It's like, yeah, how many freaking times is that going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I was really hoping they wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is awesome. They're really just gutting everybody, and then it bailed out, where it's like, come on, just do it. Why string it along? Yeah. I mean, and that, even as we were walking out, there's like the little bumps, and it's like,
we walked out on those.
8. Don't make an 8. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't.
I mean, if this is the most successful Scream at the box office on opening weekend by a lot, there's no way. There's no way they're not. I think it was even like Nev Campbell and Kevin Williamson were talking, just like, oh my gosh, I could totally see how we can move this into 8.
Yeah.
But
please don't.
Yeah. The two of the core four are back. They survive. Gail Weathers, obviously. Courtney Cox is back. Surprise, surprise. She is not Ghostface, as some people were thinking that maybe this could be Gail Weathers. Like, think now that she's lost Dewey, who we lost in part 5, now that she's lost him and everybody from the original group from the first Scream is now gone, that maybe she was finally the killer. Like, it's just like, okay, like, I'm done. Like, Sydney, everybody dies around you, and that's it. Yeah. But no, she's not.
How the hell do you do an 8? You're just going to do the same thing. There's another copycat on the loose.
Well, apparently it was supposed to be a trilogy with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega coming off of Scream 5 and 6.
Right.
And apparently, and this is only because I've been listening to other podcasts, this is not from my own research, Melissa Barrera was going to ultimately be Ghostface in the 3rd part. Like, she was finally going to be, like, let the Billy Loomis part of her take over and start killing. That never happened. So there was the thought that maybe that would be Gail this time, because she's lost everything. Now Dewey, but that didn't happen. And it's not going to happen with Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott. It just can't. That would be catastrophic.
Yeah. Please don't.
No.
So,
no Sydney, no Gail as Ghostface.
Who knows if that's the way it goes for 8.
So then, well, let me move. We'll wrap up with I thought it was important that we do a live stream, kind of get back into the mode. I want to do this more. But Scream 7, we both saw it. Cool. We got the D-box seating.
Look, very flawed, but very fun. But that's how I can sum that movie up. That's where you're like, why is it ranked high? You ever watch a movie and it goes by quick? Even like, regardless of the time, like, it goes by fast because you're just in.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with this. It didn't drag for me. It was just.
Nope. It kept moving. And I also wanted to ask you, I wanted to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Further on this. So the kills were great, action was great, pacing was great. Kevin Williamson got the heart in. We got, a lot of great moments between Sydney and Tatum. The family thing, we felt for them. Kevin Williamson's really good at doing that. Dawson's Creek, right? So he's good at that kind of stuff, writing those characters, writing those parts, and the actresses were awesome. Isabel May and Nev Campbell. So Scott Foley, Roman Bridger, the killer from 3, David Arquette. So we got to see. I wanted to ask you about this. So you weren't too thrilled with how they did the Stu thing. It was AI. He's calling through.
Well, I mean,
right?
At the end, if they did that with where you're talking about David Arquette, Scott, Laurie Metcalf, if they did that throughout the movie, that would have been better.
Okay.
I think I'm just saying it's a mistake to be well, Stu, nobody saw Stu's body. It's duh.
Do you think that they misled the audience to get them to go, thinking that Stu was what percentage of the public?
How would you possibly buy that if you've even seen the first movie? It's there's. You cut me a little deep, man. I'm getting a little woozy over here. It's he's bleeding out in the process.
Right.
He's in the process of dying.
So you knew going in that Stu was dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't buy it for a second. That was again, it was just a major flaw where, look, hats off for going for it. But, yeah, still fun. Still a fun movie, even if I was that's really stupid, doesn't really work.
So then
that's just one man's opinion.
Back to my question. You did like the Sid going through the House of Fun with all of the characters and all the killers from the previous ones.
Yeah, that was the way to go.
Yeah, so, I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
I thought that. And at the time, did you think? Again, we're spoiler here. Did you think it was the boyfriend, Tatum's boyfriend?
Remember, so it played as if it was going to go that way. It felt like he had that real Skeet Ulrich type vibe, and that's the way we were being led.
Yeah.
But after the trip to the mental institution, I knew 100%. Obviously it screams. So we got multiple killers.
Yes.
The thing that did catch me off is they did the screen his first time with Kevin Williamson written one did 3 instead of 2.
You're right.
So first time doing that since Scream 3.
And this is to the action, to the pacing, to everything we talked about. You're so right about the Kevin Williamson screams. I don't know how he could have possibly have done all of this and make it good, because what I was so worried about was that it just wasn't going to be good. I was excited about it because it was Scream, because it was Ghostface, Sidney Prescott, the whole Stu. I was excited.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how it could possibly be good. And it was. The cold open, just the action nonstop. Because the reason I asked you that about the boyfriend is because we do think it's him for a brief second. It's oh my gosh, he's the one that's creating the images. He's the one that's creating Stu and all this stuff. That's the way it seems. And then immediately, boom, we're wrong. That's what I liked about what Williamson did with this film, is that anytime you were onto something, it was so yes, you're saying there are 3 killers. One of them was from the mental institution, right? And they got, and Ethan Embry, who is one of the killers, works at the mental institution. They got this person to go attack Sid and that friend group and everything. And what was cool about that is there are 3 ghost faces. The police do the sweep of the house. He drops from the ceiling, gets in almost takes out the whole fam. And it's pretty creepy. And then Gale Weathers pulls up and kills him in the car.
Yeah. What a magical time to arrive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, now, trust me, there's plenty of things if I wanted to flip it, this movie is very easy to clown on.
Sure.
But again, the thing that makes up for it is it's got a good pace and the action's really good. Like, do
Yep.
I want to get into, okay, there's a curfew, but somebody's 16-year-old daughter just opens her parents' bar and pizza shop and starts slinging beers and making pizzas with people. Like, and the parents are like, oh, they don't have an alarm system on there.
Mm.
You know, there's not a camera to be like, hey, why is the alarm off? Like, oh, is our daughter in there? Why is she serving all these beers to her teenage friends?
Right.
We could lose our liquor license. So no, I mean that part I'm sitting there, I'm like this is a child.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like casually, just like I mean, if I was 16, I would not be casually sipping a beer and eating pizza. I would be slamming beers and slamming pizza with reckless abandon. So good for them for being very mature kids.
Yes, they took it as if, you know, you or I going to go out to a bar. Oh, let's go to this place tonight and just relax, as opposed to, you know, the town being chopped up, or you know, all of Tatum's people being chopped up.
I'm 16. I can have as much beer as I want. I'm going to try everything there.
Well,
so yeah, plenty of room for criticism. However, once again, just fun
movie. That's what counts. It's better than the two before it. Like, this is good. It's good to have everybody back that's still there. It was good to see everybody by way of AI in the new film.
Clever. Doesn't 100% land, but it's clever.
Kills were good, and a lot of people big fans of Anna Camp, who played Sid's neighbor, the other Ghostface. So, you know, big fans of hers.
Yeah, she's got a, you know, she's been around, so seeing her in a different type of light, kind of cool, I guess. You know,
do you want to go see it again in theaters, or is this a
no.
Is this the end? Okay,
that's not a repeater.
In horror fandom, some people like to see things multiple times. I probably won't see it again. I might. I don't know.
I could do that from my couch, so I don't think I would see it again.
All right. Yeah. Any last question, then we'll rock and roll. Sure. Did anything surprise you? Like, were you genuinely taken by surprise and be like, oh wow, that was
Nah, not really, because it gets to the point. It gets to the point where, we'll say when the first reveal is incredibly obvious, even though it's like you don't think it is, but it is. Mm-hmm. Second reveal also becomes very obvious, and then the third one is just by what would we call it? But just from deduction of like, well, there's nobody left but this person, so therefore, it's them. So that's where I was like, okay, we know who it is at this point, and that's why I was not surprised in the slightest by any of those mask reveals. Okay. Even the first one, was like, I was sitting there, it's like, okay, it's either going to be this guy or it's really the only option other than a complete rando. It's like, so they sold that one real quick, but that was definitely on purpose. So,
well, I will tell you one thing that surprised me, and you can take it home. One thing that surprised me was how creepy Ghostface was in the cold open. I was actually like, I've never, through any of these movies, I've never really been creeped out by Ghostface. When I was a kid, of course, you're scared of, the kid. But when I used to have to go into the night to get the dog or walk the dog or anything like that, there's nothing I'm looking over my shoulder for Ghostface. Michael Myers, yes. Ghostface, no. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. That surprised me. It surprised me to be like kind of looking around, because we saw it pretty early. There weren't many people there. I thought it was cool. It It was well done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ghostface, for giving me a nice, genuine horror scare for the first time.
No. No, can't argue with that.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for going live. We have a great episode 126 in the works. It's being processed right now. It's a tribute to the great James Van Der Beek, and that'll take you by surprise. Some of the things that Joe and I found about James Van Der Beek's career in horror.
Yes.
And elsewhere. But that's all I got, Joe.
Yeah. Get your rear in gear. Don't get colorectal cancer if you can. Just get screened. Catch it early. So, let's talk about cancer. Bruce Campbell just diagnosed with. They didn't say the specific type, but this is a common thing that something that can happen to anybody is you'll have a cancer. It's just incurable. So that means it's probably multiple places in his body, and he'll go through treatments to keep it at bay, but it'll never go away. So
yes.
Early detection is key. I know we're a horror show, but
Yeah, no, in the horror space.
I don't care if we've never met. I just want you to make sure that you'll get as much out of your life as you can. It's short, one way or the other. So
absolutely. No, Joe, I'm glad you brought it up because yes, our next episode is on James Van Der Beek. Sadly passed away from cancer, and one of the greats, Bruce Campbell, right now diagnosed. So we keep him and his family in our prayers. We want him to be groovy for all time, and he is.
Yeah, sure is. So this was fun. We'll do some more live streams because this is great. Yeah. Hey, that's all I've got. Eddie, you got anything else?
That's it. Just give us a shout, leave us a comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We're going to have a little more production value to these live streams. This was actually kind of a test, but I also thought it was important that we get right to a microphone because we just saw Scream 7 and we're excited about it. So,
yeah, brother. Keep traveling those channels of fear.